Okay, so good afternoon, dear students. So medyo nakapagod talaga
Oo,
isipin ang
hindi ako natulog
neuroanatomy.
kagabi, namroblema ako sa pag-i-encode. Hindi ko ba
Oo, no.
ang nangyari kagabi hindi ko makita yung schedule ba.
Hmm,
Oh, hindi ko nga alam kung nakita ng mga batang ito, eh. Una muna ipinost ko siya ng bandang ano bang oras yun, 1:30 yata.
opo,
Tapos
Doc.
sabi ko, "Bakit kulay green?" Sabi ko, "Bakit kulay green? 'Di bang ibig sabihin kapag green, naka-open?" Ang nakalagay lang is from time ng ipinost ko kagabi tapos yung 8:30 AM.
Opo, Doc.
Pagkita yata nila, sabi ko, "Baya mo na, hindi ko napapalitan." Sige, Mel.
Doc.
Hmm.
So good afternoon, students. So I think you already had a lecture with Dr. Hershey de Guzman with regards to the ventricles, no, and the meninges. So we actually, Dr. Hershey and I, she took pictures as best as we could, no, with regards to the
Hmm.
brain specimens, and have captured several meningeal structures at the gross specimen lab, no. So this is just a correlation of what you have learned in Dr. Shide Guzman's lecture. So again, just a brief review with regards to the meninges. Remember, as I recall, with regards to the meninges, these are the covering of your brain. So it should serve as a protection, no, for any trauma and injury, no. Kasi pag wala kang, you have no, uh, on top of your skull, of course, you need additional cushioning structures within your skull. So that when there is an injury, hindi ka siya magkakaroon ng bleeding. Kaya, di ba, pag nagkanta ng traumatic brain, traumatic injury, sa may ulo natin, hindi naman kagad siya nag-bleeding. It's because of our skull and the meninges. So remember, the meninges, ano yung mnemonic ni Dr. Hershey de Guzman? Ano yung tatlong layers of your meninges?
Dap po. Dupidap-dap.
DAP. Akala ko yung buksan mo. Hindi, iba pa iba yun. Iba pala yun. So, dubi-dubi-dap daw. Si Mr. Lagman, tumawa. No? Nakarelate, no? Buksan, no? Papasok. Hindi, Willie Revere, dubi-dubi-dap-dap. Sabi ni Dr. Hershey. Nakakwentuhan ko nga, no? So, D, from external to internal. Sige, masusunod na lang din ako dito. For, di ba, yung tatlo? So, DAP. So, this is your dura mater, no? Dura mater came from a Latin word, tough mother, no? Sabihin, of the three structures, this is, though it is the most external, it is the most, or the toughest, meningeal structures of the three. Now, followed by your arachnoid. Yan. And your pia mater. So, your dura mater, arachnoid mater, and your pia mater. So, just be careful with the spelling. The spelling of matter in this case is M-A-T-E-R. O baka kasi isang matter, double T. So, magkaroon pa ka ng mistake with that. So, D-A-P, no? So, your toughest, no? From the Latin word, tough mama, no? Tough mother. The dura mater is the toughest, followed by arachnoid, and your pia mater. Remember that your dura mater, no? If you are to dissect the skull, your meningeal structures or meninges, no? Pag sa loob ng skull, we have your dura mater. So this one is your dura mater. So it is divided into two layers. Na-discuss si Dr. Desmos yan. So it has two layers. One that is external, that is in direct contact with the bone, kaya periosteal. Pag external layer, that's yung periosteal. Kaya periosteal, ostium, meaning bone. So that's what in direct contact with the skull or calvarium. No? And the inner structure, no? That is your meningeal inner surface of your dura mater. And in between your external, your periosteal layer and internal surface, no? build up space wherein you will find your cavernous sinus. Pag cavernous sinus, these are venular structure or vein that they drains the blood supply of your meninges, di ba? The main blood supply of your uh, meninges is coming from what artery? At sabi, if it is damaged, it will cause epidural hematoma.
MMA po. Middle
Okay, your
meningeal.
middle meningeal artery. So, yan. So, blood supply, then of course, it has to drain. So, saan siya magde-drain is through these cavernous sinuses. No, wherein you will see your venular structures that drains the blood supply of your meninges towards your internal jugular vein. Okay, so yan. So, yun makita yung mga venous sinuses. Next layer is your arachnoid. So, your arachnoid is between your dura and your pia mater. What is unique with the arachnoid mater? Makita nyo siya, it's like a web-like structure. No? So, kapag dinisect nyo siya, makikita nyo na it's attached to your gyri, your brain parenchyma, no? But it doesn't seep in towards the sulcus and your fissures. Pag nasa labas lang, ito external covering parang tong sapot na to, no? No, it's your arachnoid mater. Eh, ano naman yung pia mater? Your pia mater is the one that is directly attached or covering dun sa inyong mga brain parenchyma or your gyri. Okay, so that's your meninges. Okay, don't forget the two layers, no? Next. So this is an actual specimen of your dura mater. So this is your dura mater. So wala yung brain dyan. So it's just your dura mater that you can see here. We can see the blood vessels of the meningeal arteries. Yan, makikita nyo. And this is your this structure at the midline area, no? That's in between the external and inner layer of your dura mater, no? Where you can see your cavernous sinuses. Ito, medyo obvious. Kapag tinuro dito, identify artery or vein, that's your, very obvious is your superior sagittal sinus. That's your superior sagittal sinus. Okay, so yan, this is your dura mater. It protects your brain, the toughest of the meninges of the three. Now, if you are to look at to differentiate, no, your arachnoid and your pia, ito siya. Itong parang web-like structure, yan. This is actually your arachnoid mater. No? And then the ones that is enclosing your brain gyri, no, is your pia mater. So pag tinanong, no, identify structure, no, syempre your gyrus, you have to specify kung anong klaseng gyrus yan. But ang tinanong is identify meningeal layer, no, pag tinusok dito sa brain parenchyma or sa gyrus, tinusok dyan yung pin, that is your pia mater. Okay? Ngayon, pag ito naman, tinusok dito, itong parang mukhang sapot na to, no? That's your arachnoid mater. Okay, so that's a difference if you differentiate the appearance grossly of this is your dura mater, your pia mater, and your arachnoid mater. Okay, so yan. Now, if we are to go deeper, close, or zooming in your gross structures, you can appreciate really the pia mater and arachnoid mater. So ito, pag tinuro ito, identify meningeal layer, is your pia mater. Kasi dikit na dikit siya sa brain parenchyma. And this one, itong mukhang sapot, that's your arachnoid. arachnoid matter. Ano, kitang-kita yung brain gyri, tapos yung corpus callosum. Ano, that it bridges your left and right side of your cerebral hemisphere. Is your corpus callosum. Identify structure lang naman yan. So, in the external appearance of your brain, no, you can appreciate your gyrus, your sulcus, and fissure. How do we differentiate those three terminologies? No? Of course, yung gyrus, ito siya. Ito actual brain. No? But, to differentiate between your fissure and your sulcus, kapag sulcus is like a pit, but it's just shallow. So this is sulcus, itong mga spaces in between the gyri is what we call as your sulcus. Ngayon kapag mas marami, mas deeper na lalim, example ito, this fissure divides your left and right side of hemisphere or right side of the brain. This is what we call as your fissure. Baka may encounter Sylvian fissure. Meron pang sulcus, no? Kapag fissure mas malalim, kapag shallow lang, that's what we call as your sulcus. Tapos ito yung actual brain, this is your gyrus. Okay, diba? I-counter nyo yung the terms like as your post-central gyrus, pre-central gyrus, no? Which one is your primary motor cortex? Primary motor, is it the pre-central or post-central?
Post-central.
Dalawa hati.
Pre-central pala. Pre-central.
Final answer, Mr. Lagman and Ms. Faye Garcia. Okay, pre-central. Do not be confused with regards to the pre-central and post-central. Ano yung what we call the sulcus divides between the pre-central and the post-central gyrus?
Sulcus of Rolando.
Okay, sulcus of Rolando. Okay, so which one is, paano malalaman kung motor and sensory? The one that is located posterior to the sulcus of Rolando is your post-central gyrus. Post meaning posterior. Posterior to your sulcus. That's your clue. Kasi dati, ako, honestly, when I was a student, alam ko na eh. Pero during final examination, I was confused. Ano nga ba yung mas anteriorly located and posteriorly located in terms of the sulcus of Rolando? No? Ang clue ko doon is the one with the word post-central gyrus is located posteriorly. So, posterior to what? The sulcus of Rolando. And what is the Brodmann area of your post-central gyrus?
312.
Okay, very good. And how about your parameter motor cortex, your pre-central gyrus? Brodmann area?
4.
4. Okay. Miss Figures, nag-advance study ka ba?
Sa quiz lang, Doc.
Sa quiz lang, inaral mo lang. Okay, very good. Okay, nag-aaral ka. Okay, very good. Okay, so doon kayo malilito. That's your clues. Ano bang silbay na sa posterior, sino sa anterior side? No? This is another specimen. No, ang size niya pag ganun. Okay, this is your dura mater. Okay. You can appreciate yung mga sulcus here. No, this is a fissure, yung malalim. Tapos of course your gyri. Okay? Ayan, so if you are to go deeper, no? So this is your dura mater. No? So ito parang mukhang sapot tayo na that doesn't go deeper into the sulcus of the brain parenchyma. This is your arachnoid mater. Doon siya medyo mahirap magsulat. This is your arachnoid mater. And as you can see, your dura mater, no, goes deeper in the fissures of the brain. No? Particularly this one. This is a dura mater, but a part of your dura mater which divides your left and your right cerebral hemisphere. And may tawag dito. What is this particular structure in the dura mater that divides your left and your right cerebral hemisphere? That's your
Falx cerebri.
Okay, falx cerebri. Cerebri kasi it divides your cerebrum into left and right. Kapag falx, it divides structures into left and right. portions. Kasi yung falx cerebri, falx cerebelli, o pag falx cerebelli naman, it is located inferiorly, your inferior to your tentorium. It divides your cerebellar hemispheres into the left and the right. So this is your dura mater. This is particular pointed structure is your falx cerebri. Kaya makakalito ba cerebelli, cerebri, no? Ang term lagi dyan would always originate from the which structure it divides. No? So, this is a uh, inferior portion of your dura mater. So, this is again a dura mater. So, wala kang makikitang ano dyan, pia and arachnoid kasi wala naman yung brain, tinanggal na. So, this is your falx cerebri. Okay? And we have a structure here, no? That divides your cerebellum and the occipital lobe of your cerebrum. And what is the structure? Starts with letter T.
Tentorium cerebelli po.
Okay, tentorium cerebelli. Bakit siya tentorium cerebelli? No, number one is cerebelli. No, it's located somewhere in the on the cerebellum, and it's called tentorium because when you look at it, no, mukha siyang tent. O siya mukhang tent, no? This is your occipital lobe. Okay, this is the occipital lobe of the brain. No, quantum brain. Tapos ito, you have your cerebellum here. This is your cerebellum. No? So kapag tinanggal mo ang dura mater na that divides this structure to this structure, it looks like a tent. The tentorium cerebelli. It looks like a tent. Alam mo yung tsura ng tent, di ba? Pa nagka-camping kayo. No? It looks like a tent. Kaya tentorium cerebelli. Hindi lang kita dito yung what do you call this? Hindi lang kita dito yung mga yung tentorium yung falx cerebelli. But if you see, no, the falx cerebelli, it looks like a sickle-shaped structure. Same with your falx cerebri. Kasi tin mo, ang falx cerebri, if you are looking at it as sagittal section, side view, no, it looks like a sickle. Ay, sickle, di ba? May sungay, sorry. Ayun, nagalaw lang yan. It looks like a sickle. Ayun sa sickle matayan. Okay? The sickle blade, no, it looks like a sickle, yung falx cerebri. Yung falx cerebri, it also looks like a sickle-like structures, but it divides your left and right cerebellar structures. Okay? O looks like sickle shape siya. Now, so if you are to dissect at the region of your dura mater, we can appreciate these structures. Number one, we can appreciate your falx cerebri, no? So tinanggal yung left side of the brain, no? So you can appreciate your falx cerebri. This is a sickle-like structure, para siyang sickle, oh. Nagiging ECG tsura. Ayan. Ayan. So this looks like a sickle, para siyang sickle. Anong kamatayan. Okay, sickle-like structure, no, that divides your left and right side of your brain, your cerebrum. Now, what you can see here, your tentorium cerebelli, ito naman, kapag gumanon siya, no, it looks like a tent, no, that divides your occipital lobe and your cerebellum. Hindi na lang kita dito yung inyong tentorium cerebri. Tentorium, falx cerebelli. No, you can also appreciate structures, no? Aside from, ayan, mas kita dito, no? Of that, this a theoretical, hanap na lang akong theoretical illustration so you can really appreciate, no? So this is your dura, itong lahat na itong puting to. This is your dura, lahat yan. That's your dura mater. No, this is your falx cerebri. Again, dividing your left and right hemisphere. This is your tentorium. This is your tentorium cerebelli. And yung pababa, no, that divides your left and your right cerebellum is your falx cerebelli. Okay? So ito yung mga obvious structures that you can appreciate when you go to the gross lab dissection. No? Another important structure with regards to dura mater, no, aside from the middle meningeal artery that can incorporate kapag na there's an impact injury, there's a bleeding, no, or a ano yun, nagkaroon ka ng subarachnoid hemorrhage, no. So yun, there's a bleeding, no, middle meningeal artery. There's a venous drainage to that. So and this venous drainage is what we call as your venous sinuses. Kaya tinawag siyang venous sinuses is because they are interconnected with one another. Why? For example, we have a venous sinus here. There's a venous sinus here. Now, there's a confluence of these venular structures here before it drains towards your transverse sinuses and towards your jugular vein. Okay? So, yan. Within your falx, di ba, your dura mater is divided in a yung superior, tsaka inferior, yung external o yung sa internal, no? Kapag periostal, direct in contact with your with your skull, and your more internal structure, no, is in contact with your brain. Now, between that, you can appreciate your venous sinuses. No? So, it's divided into ito. Identify pointed arrow, that's your, ano to? Ano class? This is your, that's your, ano? Hindi na ko sagot yung class. Ano
Superman?
ko yung si Superman? Ay, hindi. Hindi si Superman yan. Si ano yan? Si Aquaman. Ay, joke. Si Mr. talaga Garcia. Okay. Hindi Superman. That's your superior sagittal sinus. Okay. Superman sa Aquaman yung kasi may blood sa loob. May fluid. Makinig nga sa superior. Sabihin, kung pag merong superior, merong inferior. Ito yung nasa baba. This is yung inferior sagittal sinus. Okay? Tapos, we have your, ano pa, straight sinus. This one, yung straight sinus. And, ano pang structures, di lang masyadong kita dito. No? Okay? Ito, kita pala. Yung tatawag natin confluence of sinuses. Ito intersection ng superior, your inferior, tsaka yung mga veins dito. No? It goes to straight sinus. Tapos meron pa ganun dito. No? Itong intersection na lahat nito is what we call as confluence of sinuses. So mag-intersect lahat dito before it goes towards your transverse sinus, towards your jugular vein. Yan. So this is a very important structures within your dura mater. No? Pero kung grossly titil mo siya sa specimen, ang pinakakitang-kita dito would be your superior sagittal sinus and your inferior sagittal sinus. Ito kitang-kita. If you are to look at the superior aspect of your dura mater, no, kitang-kita yun yung superior sagittal sinus. So that's your venous drainage. Okay, so kapag in your practical examination, look for pin structures. Kapag nakapin o dura mater, kapag bukong sapot, that's your arachnoid mater. Kapag directly in the parenchyma o the gyrus, no, pag ang tanong dyan, identify meningeal layer, that's your pia mater. Okay? So that's for ano po, Doc. I think okay na ako, Doc D, with the meninges.
Okay, thank you.
I hope. Do you have any questions, class? Or all is clear? Okay, madali, no?
All is clear.
Hindi, all is clear naman. No? I-upload ko naman to sa Google Classroom so we can review the actual specimens. Thank you.
Okay. Ako yung discussion ko will be maiksi lang yung discussion ko, ano? Kasi in-explain ko naman ng what I think I gave all this morning, no? Yun naman kasing anong tawag dito, sa development, wala namang masyado kasing i-identify dun eh. No? Okay, so let me... Okay, can you see, class?
Yes po, Doc.
Okay. So, if you're going to look at this picture, no, this will tell you the whole side of the brain. So, you're looking at the you are looking at the lateral side of the brain, no. So, this is your lateral side. And then, if you're going to look at this picture, no, you will be able to take note of the 4 major lobes of the brain. So, you know that already. This is your frontal lobe. And then, of course, you will be, this is your parietal lobe, and then this is your temporal, and then your occipital lobe. Okay, and then just beneath, okay, the inferior portion of the brain, you will have your cerebellum. Now, the important thing that you need to take note, class, is to take note of the different sulci, okay, and fissures, okay, that is separating from one lobe to another, no? So yung iba na-mention na ni Doc Mel, na-mention na ni Doc Mel kanina, and I think I'm assuming that during the discussion of Dean Chris, it was already been discussed entirely. So what is separating your frontal lobe from the parietal lobe is the central sulcus of Rolando. Kung titingnan ninyo, class, no? The central sulcus of Rolando, hindi siya nag-extend up to the lateral sylvian fissure. Okay? So hanggang dyan lang siya. Okay, kita nyo yan? And then this will be your... And then, by the way, class, no, when you are identifying the brain or when you are looking at the brain, you need to take note, alin muna yung frontal part ng brain and alin yung posterior part ng brain. Okay? So, yun yung unang-una ninyong titingnan so that you will not be confused. So, this is the anterior part and this is the posterior part. And then, of course, what you are looking at now when you are looking on the side of the brain is the lateral side of the brain. Okay? And then, what is separating the frontal lobe from your temporal lobe, no? So this is your lateral sylvian fissure or the sylvian fissure. Okay, and then of course take note if this is your central sulcus of Rolando, then the last part, no, or the last part of your frontal lobe will be your precentral gyrus. Okay, so this is your precentral gyrus, and then this is your post-central gyrus, which is already a part of the frontal lobe. So kung titingnan ninyo, class, no, there are how many lobes or how many gyrus that you see in your frontal lobe, no? So you have your precentral, and then you have your superior, and then you have the middle, and then you have the inferior frontal lobe, and then we have the frontal pole, no, yung nasa ilalim. Okay? And then take note of the separation between your parietal lobe and your occipital lobe. Okay, so this is your parieto-occipital sulcus, and then this is your calcarine. Can you see that? So the occipital lobe, okay, is where you see your calcarine fissure. Where in the calcarine fissure, at the lips of your calcarine fissure is where you see your broad mass area 17, which is your visual center. Nandito siya sa lips na ito. Okay? So those are some of the very important things that you need to remember when you're looking at the lateral side of the brain. So from there, let's take a look at the right and the left cerebral hemisphere. So the right and the left cerebral hemisphere is being separated from each other by the longitudinal cerebral fissure. Okay? Or sometimes you call it interhemispheric. Kaya nga tinawag na interhemispheric, it is separated by the deep fissure, okay, which is what we call the longitudinal cerebral fissure, separating the left cerebral hemisphere from the right cerebral hemisphere. Okay? So that is how are we going to look at the vertical or the top portion of the brain. Okay, so let's now go to the medial side of the brain. So take note of the when you cut the corpus callosum, okay, when you cut the corpus callosum, so this will be the parts of the brain that you are going to see. So this is the medial plane of the brain, okay? So you will see your medial portion of the cerebrum, okay? And then, of course, you have your commissural fibers here, which is your corpus callosum, okay? And then take note of the diencephalon. This is the midbrain. So this is the pons, this is the medulla oblongata, and this is your cerebellum. Now, looking at the different structures, the gyrus that is on top of the corpus callosum is the cingulate gyrus, which is part of the limbic lobe, no? So you need to take note of that. And then if you are going to look at this structure, this membranous structure here that is above your diencephalon, this is your septum pellucidum, okay? And then this is your fornix. Okay, so this area here is your diencephalon, wherein at the center you find your thalamus, okay? Then you have your hypothalamus in this area, okay? And then you have your subthalamus, and then you have your epithalamus at the back, okay, where you find your pineal gland, okay? So that is where you find your epithalamus. And then remember that in this picture, you'll be able to see that, remember that your diencephalon, okay, the space that is surrounding your diencephalon is your third ventricle. Kaya nga dun sa lecture natin, what is the adult derivatives, no? What cavity is found in the diencephalon? So that is your third ventricle. Okay, and then take note of the fourth ventricle. The fourth ventricle is this triangular structure that is found in between your pons, the back of your pons, and then your cerebellum. So this is your fourth ventricle. Okay, and then take note of the small spaces, no? Yung mga small spaces, yung mga ducts, okay, when it comes to the flow of your cerebrospinal fluid. Take note that although the theoretical aspect of your cerebrospinal fluid, you need to memorize the flow of your cerebrospinal fluid, starting from its origin. Remember that your cerebrospinal fluid is being produced by the choroid plexus, wherein the choroid plexus are found in most of all of your ventricular system. Okay. So these are the ones that are, or that is producing your cerebrospinal fluid. Now, if you're going to look at this picture, you can see very clearly, no, the parieto-occipital sulcus that is separating your parietal lobe from your occipital lobe. Okay, so kitang-kita diyan sa picture. Okay, so please try to identify the different structures, no, the different gyrus and gyri or sulci, okay, that is found in each of every lobe of the brain. Meron siyang gyrus and gyri and sulci, okay, in the frontal lobe. Meron din sa parietal, meron sa temporal, at meron sa occipital lobe. Okay? So here, okay, what you are going to see, you will see the inferior portion of the brain, and the most distinguishing feature of the inferior portion of the brain is the identification of your circle of Willis. Okay, and then of course you will be able to see the different cranial nerves, okay, in this picture. So if you're going to look at this picture, class, no, we mentioned a while ago what are the different vessels that will be contributing to the formation of your circulus arteriosus or your circle of Willis. So we have two major source of the blood supply to the brain. The first one is your internal carotid, and the other one is the vertebral artery. Ito yan, no? So this is your vertebral artery. And then, if you're going to look at this picture, okay, again, so let's trace, although we studied this a while ago, okay, so from this picture, no, this is cadaveric, okay, so that more or less you have some idea, okay, when you go to the lab, no, aywan ko lang kung hindi pa nagalaw yung isang brain doon kasi our plan actually is to harvest the brain of the new cadaver. Kaya nga lang, hindi nga na-harvest siya kasi ang intention ko is for you to study for your practical exam number 5. Okay? Gustong-gusto na sana nating i-harvest, okay? Nagsasabi na si Nathan na kung i-harvest na, no? Kaya nga lang, sabi ko, mag-aral muna kayo ng practical exam for the practical exam for na practical exam 5 kasi we don't assume naman kasi na biglang mag-o-online, no, ang ating format. Okay, so hoping that by May 4, kung may time tayo, then we will try to harvest the brain of the new, madali lang naman siya, no? The brain of the new cadaver, the female cadaver. Okay, so let's trace the blood vessels, okay, or the arteries that are contributing to the formation of your circle of Willis. Okay, so I said we have two major sources, that is the internal carotid and your vertebral artery. Okay, so let's start tracing the formation, okay, cadaveric picture of the circle of Willis. So you have your two vertebral artery, the right and the left, okay, and then your vertebral artery, okay, will join together, and then the union of your vertebral artery, right and left, will give you your basilar artery. Okay, so do not forget that your vertebral artery will be giving rise, okay, to the formation of your anterior spinal artery. This vessel here that is in between your vertebral artery is your anterior spinal artery. Okay, and then from there, your basilar artery class, okay, will again branch out into two. Okay, can you see this? So it will be branching out into two to give rise to your posterior cerebral artery. No? So yan yung posterior cerebral artery. And then your posterior cerebral artery will be going up, okay, and connect with the middle cerebral artery by your posterior communicating arteries. So ito yung posterior communicating artery class. Okay? And then the major portion is the internal carotid. And then what will happen? Sa bandang likod ng inyong internal carotid artery that is on the way going to the lateral sylvian fissure, okay, is your middle cerebral artery. Okay? And then you have your anterior cerebral artery class, okay, which is continuous up to the medial portion of your the medial part, no, of your medial part of the brain. Okay, so that will be giving rise to your anterior cerebral artery. The anterior cerebral artery will be moving and give blood supply to the medial portion of the brain. Okay, so iikot yun so that the anterior cerebral artery will be giving rise, okay, and supply blood to the anterior circulation of the brain. Now, the other part of the internal carotid artery. So your internal carotid artery has two major branches, no? So that is your anterior carotid artery and the middle cerebral artery. So as I said a while ago, no, your two anterior cerebral artery is there is a communication between the anterior and the two anterior cerebral artery, and the communicating point is the anterior communicating artery. Okay, so that is how are you going to take note of your internal carotid branches, internal carotid artery branches, and that is your anterior cerebral artery and your middle cerebral. Now, the middle cerebral artery will be moving back, okay, through your sylvian fissure, and then it will be going up, no, to the lateral side of the brain to supply, no, most of the lateral portion of the brain. Okay, so kanina inisa-isa na natin yung mga branches, okay, the branches of your all of your all of the contributors, no, to the formation of the circle of Willis. And then yung ating vertebral artery, okay, yung vertebral artery will be giving rise to the posterior cerebral artery, no? Ito yung posterior cerebral artery that will be supplying the posterior circulation of the brain. So kung titingnan mo, the posterior circulation of the brain arises from the vertebrobasilar or the basilar vertebro arterial system. Okay? So that is responsible for the posterior circulation of the brain. So the anterior circulation arises from your anterior cerebral and your middle cerebral artery. Okay? So if you're going to look at this picture, okay, take note of the all branches of your circle of Willis, and which in the cadaveric part is your part of the vessel that is contributing to the circle of Willis. Okay, so you have your anterior cerebral artery union, and then this is your anterior communicating, the one I pointed, okay, communicating the two anterior cerebral artery. And then you have your one of the biggest branches of your internal carotid, that is your ophthalmic artery. So ang sabi natin kanina, yung medyo going to the cortical part, no, of the brain is your internal carotid, and then yung lampas, no, going to the sylvian fissure is the middle cerebral artery. Okay? And then take note of your posterior communicating artery. The posterior communicating artery is that part of your circle of Willis that is arising from the posterior cerebral artery to the internal carotid artery. Okay? So yun yung posterior communicating. And then of course, you have your posterior cerebral artery, yan. And then you have the superior cerebellar artery. So this is your basilar that arises from the union of the two vertebral artery. Okay? So the union of two vertebral artery will give rise to the basilar artery. Okay? And then you have your anterior, inferior. Can you see? The anterior inferior, no, cerebellar artery or the ICA. Can you see that? You know, yung branch na yan. And then of course, the vertebral anterior spinal. Okay? So itong brain na part na ito siya is your posterior inferior cerebellar artery. Okay? So sabi ko sa inyo kanina when I was discussing the blood supply of the brain, no, dapat alam ninyong i-draw ang ating circle of Willis. Okay? And then try to know the different cortical and central branches of the different parts contributing to the circle of Willis. Okay? So ando naman lahat yun dun sa lecture ko kanina. I hope that after I posted it, you are going to look at it, no? Because I told you, no, medyo madami yung mga blood vessels na yan ng brain. And it is very important that when we go to the lab, you can identify them. Okay? So basta ang tatandaan ninyo class, no, yung area ng internal carotid, no, yung internal carotid artery, ito yun, no, yung medyo nakalabas. Okay? So pag dito ako nagtusok ng pin, no, sa bandang ito, that is internal carotid artery. Pag may sa bandang gitna na, yan, or dito sa kabila, that is your middle cerebral artery. Okay, so to identify other structure, ito yung ating olfactory tract or the olfactory nerve. Okay, cranial nerve number 1. So this is your optic. Okay, nandun sa taas si optic nerve, nasa gitna si optic chiasma, and then nasa baba si optic, no, optic tract. Okay. So take note of the different structures that you find in this inferior portion of the brain. Okay, so I think that's the only thing that I want to discuss with you, class. No, when regards to the motor tract, the important thing that you need to take note of the motor tract is to look for the coronal section of your coronal section of the coronal section of the brain, so that you will be able to see your precentral gyrus coronally. Okay, and then remember that if you're going to look at the coronal section of the brain, you will see that the two brain are connected by the corpus callosum to each other. And always remember that above the corpus callosum is the cingulate gyrus. Okay, So pag nakakita ka ngayon ng the coronal section ng brain, and then you look for the corpus callosum, the gyrus that is on top of your corpus callosum is your cingulate gyrus. Okay, so please try to identify the different lobes that you find in your inferior portion of the brain. Okay, so do you have any question, class? Greg, please take a screenshot of your attendance. Ha? Do you have any question? Mel, meron ka pang concern sa kanila?
Wala na po, Dok.
Oo. Mm-mm. Okay, class. So please start studying already. Sinasabi ko na sa inyo, class, na neuroanatomy exam is medyo mahirap siya. Okay? Medyo mahirap. And it is even difficult when you go already to the different pathways, the microscopic part of neuroanatomy. Ngayon, medyo madali-dali pa yan. Okay, but after the discussion on kasi na-discuss ko na yung motor track, which is my pathway din, and then susunod na yung ibang mga parts ng brain wherein there are always meron siya mga discussion about the pathways. No? Yun yung medyo mahirap-hirap na intindihin. Okay, so please try to ito na yung last long exam ninyo, class, no? Neuroanatomy, tapos na ang gross at saka tapos na ang histology. Okay? And then long exam, okay, will be announced later. Mayroon pa kayong isang quiz na natitira, quiz 12. Okay, mayroon pang isa na lang quiz ang natitira. Okay, and that's it. And then after that, you will have your final exam. Okay? So tapos na yung sumbanotomy ninyo, no? Mel, may concern ako. They are asking me about the manual. Na ano na ba natin kay Dean? Ilang manual ang meron kayo, class? Wala. Kasi may kasi yun may equivalent points kasi ang manual, no? So, sige, itatanong ko na lang kay Dean kung anong gagawin doon sa points specific for the manual kung hindi makukorekan ang manual. Okay? Kasi sayang din yung points na yun. 2 points ba yun o 3 points? Okay? Do you have any more concern ka? Do you have any question? Okay? So kung wala na, thank you very much. Thank you, Mel, and thank you, students, no? So for Monday, April 27, ano nga